Yo, what is up, podcast land? What's up? We're back. We're back up in this thing, and I want to officially welcome you all back to Clock That Beat with Jaron, a podcast from Odilla, where we get into all the latest and hottest indie music together. I'm Jaron, your resident indie music enthusiast, and we get together every 2 weeks to talk about the hottest and dopest artists on the rise and whatever else is on my mind. Let's go. So, for today's podcast, y'all, we're going to chat a little bit about the universe. Yes, that's right, the universe. And I know y'all are like, Jaron, the universe, we got to get deep. We are. We about to get a little deep, y'all. So I just need y'all to bear with me for a second, a few minutes. So, I think for a while now, I've kind of felt connected to maybe like a guiding and knowing force around me that I sometimes call the universe. And in recent years, as I've maybe decentered a religious experience and maybe recentered a more spiritual experience, I've kind of begun to feel more connected to this force that I call the universe. So to break down the word universe from a technical aspect. Because y'all know I love a dictionary.com definition. So I looked it up. I looked up the word universe on dictionary.com, and she defines it as a divine but non-personal being, consciousness, or field of energy believed to connect everything that is, allowing the interaction of the physical with the spiritual and thought with reality. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So that was deep. That was deep, but I believe there is a bit of rest, a bit of maybe intrinsic hope and feeling like there's a force around us that's all knowing and is completely sure of the path we should take. And I think the definition gets to that. And as I look back on my life and all that I've been through, as the church folks say, I would say there have been moments in my life where I felt like I've been maybe pushing up against a figurative wall, and feeling like I'm forcing a path when I've made certain life decisions. And in those moments, I would say I sometimes have released that path that I was forcing, surrendered in a way, and internalized a desire to align with what the universe wants for me. I think in that decision, I ultimately was hoping that the universe knows what was best for me in that moment, in that chapter of my life. And so last month, as I was thinking about this, and as I was like letting these thoughts of the universe flow through me, I was actually going to bed, and I wrote down in my notes app this thought that came to mind. I wrote it down, and it was, there's release and relief in that moment of letting go of a version of your life you're forcing and so tightly holding on to, and instead letting the version of your life the universe knows is best unfold. I wrote that down, and I think that what I ultimately wanted in that moment was to let the universe just unfold in front of me that path that it wanted for me. And there was release and relief in that moment. But I want to know, what do y'all think about this concept of the universe? Do y'all think I'm tripping right now? You can let me know. You might think I'm tripping. Or do you all want to align with the path the universe has for you? Let me know. Shoot me a DM or an email at Jaron at clockthatbeat.com, on the Instagram account at Clock That Beat on Instagram and let me know what y'all think. I want to hear from y'all, lovely listeners of the podcast. Let me know what y'all think about this concept of the universe. One thing I definitely want to align to what the universe wants for me is my future husband. And in the spirit of that, I have a lovely love song for you all that I'm going to spend for y'all today. This tune is one of my faves from rising indie pop artist Shy Martin, and it's literally titled Love, so you know what's going to be good. Of course, you can always listen to this song on the Clock That Beat 2026 playlist. Just search Clock That Beat on Spotify. Let's go ahead and vibe out to Love. And when we come back, we'll deep dive into all things Shy Martin. Let's go.
Shots fired, I'm in LOVE. Could be somewhere else, but fuck that. You're super sick, it's a new ride. Always come back around, but a good guy. Only hurt sometimes when I look in your eyes. Can be a fool sometimes. I wanna feel alive. I wanna feel
You're listening to Clock That Beat with Jaron, and that song was Love by Shy Martin. So Shy Martin is a singer-songwriter who hails from Sweden, and she's one of my absolute favorite pop girlies. And what I love most about how Shy does pop music is her take is always drenched in a heavy pouring of sentimentality. And in fact, I was recently talking to the guy I'm dating, and I described Shy's sound as drippy emo pop. Yeah, get into that mix. And for the longtime listeners of the pod, y'all know I love deep diving into some lyrics. So let's go ahead and get into the lyrics of Love. And if you listen to the full song on the Clock That Beat 2026 playlist, you'll be treated to my favorite part of the song, which is actually the outro. And in the outro, the lyrics are, baby, drive me off a cliff, in it for the hell of it. Wanna see how far we get. Tell me if you're feeling it. I wanna feel alive. Shy, I wanna feel alive too. I do. I wanna feel alive. And what I love about those lyrics is how vulnerable and colored with risk those lyrics are. And I was talking to a close friend recently about love, and he shared with me that he feels like there's always an element of risk with love because you'll never know for sure where the journey will take you. And I think that that element of risk, that unknown, is what makes you feel alive as you're falling for someone. And ultimately, the hope is that person will catch you as you're falling, and you'll also catch them as they're falling. You're catching each other. But back to Shy Martin, though. We're about to get into another delightful tune of hers, and that one is titled Is That Bad? Whenever I vibe out to this song, I always do a little two-step in front of my mirror to it while swinging my imaginary shoulder-length hair. You know, or maybe it's a bob. Let's groove for a bit to Is That Bad by Shy Martin.
I think I die for it. I might, I did a little bit. I could get high from it. I might, I did a little bit. Find me all night, and then sit in the back,
You're back here with me, Jaron, and that tune was Is That Bad? By Shy Martin. So, yo, I want to know, were y'all digging the songs and the vibes today? Shoot me a DM over on the Instagram account at Clock That Beat and let me know. Also, feel free to send me any indie music recommendations that you all have. I want to know what songs y'all like jamming to, vibing to, or maybe even doing a little two-step to out there. I want to thank you all for joining me on another episode of Clock That Beat. My name's Jaron, and if you want to be my favorite level listener of the pod, go ahead and leave me a review on your favorite podcast app of choice and be sure to follow the pod. Also, while you're at it, tell a friend, a loved one, your therapist. Hey, doggo, that's my therapist. Your personal psychic, your favorite tarot card reader, or maybe anyone else that you feel is connected to the universe. Tell them all to stream the podcast. Many thanks to Shy Martin, who graciously provided her music for the podcast episode today. Clock That Beat with Jaron is an Odilla podcast, so you can follow Clock That Beat on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube for all the hottest indie music at Clock That Beat. And you can also follow Clock That Beat on Spotify to listen to all the rockin' playlists I put together over there. Thanks again for listening, and until next time, y'all already know what to do. Keep the beat fresh. Clock That Beat with Jaron is an Odilla podcast. The theme song You is by Adrian Cabrera. So, if I were to ask the universe what I want right now in this very moment, it would be a honey bun and some honey from my sexy baby. Yeah.